Hey guys, welcome back to Ashmore Arboretum, and today on the homestead, it's the evening of January 10th. I went over to my parents' house today and I was helping them do a little bit of yard work, and they have some Arapahoe blackberries that they're wanting to get rid of. Well, I dug up a few and I was able to take some cuttings from some others, and I'm going to show you how to get those rooted today. Now here we have a few roots, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get this potted. This is just as simple as putting it in your pot. And I might have to trim off some of these damaged roots, which that is not an issue at all. Trim off the damaged top. Put this in the pot. I have some soil here, and I'm just going to cover it up. Now, because this has been shocked, I don't want to leave this in direct sunlight. So I'm going to set this on the north side of the house for about the next 2 weeks. And then once it starts rooting, I come out here and I can check the root system on it, and I can see that the roots are forming the way I want them to. I'll go ahead and get this planted up in the spring. Now this is going to shoot up multiple canes later on throughout the year. And these blackberries, like I said, this is the Arapahoe variety blackberry. This is a thornless type blackberry. The way it reproduces is when these canes, like this, come up out of the ground and they bend over and they touch the ground, they can root. And when they root, you can just clip it off, and then you have 2 new plants. So I'm going to go ahead and get this squared up, and I'm going to get these positioned, but I'm also going to show you how to take your cane like this, and I'm going to show you how to take a cutting. So what we have here is we have a cane of this Arapahoe blackberry. Now the top of this, I'm pretty sure is going to be killed by the fire that my parents ran over the bed, which that's fine, that's not a problem. What you want to make sure to do is clip this off at an angle at the bottom, and you want to make sure you have 3 nodes. So I'm going to clip this off square right there, and then angle at the bottom. I guess it's time to sharpen my shears again. And I have 3 more nodes. Now, hold on a second, and I'm going to show you the next step. So what I'm going to do now, you see how I cut the bottoms of these off at an angle. I'm just going to dip these in some of my rooting hormone, just the powder style hormone, just like that. Make sure you got a good amount on there. And I'm just going to place these in this sand. Now this sand is nothing special. This is sand that I just actually went and dug up out of our garden. I'm sorry, out of our creek. Now here's another cane that I collected, and I'm looking at it. I'm looking for damage. I don't see any damage. We'll cut that off. I've already cut this at an angle. Got 1, 2, 3 buds. Clip. One, 2, 3. There, cut that off there. Alright, so that cane gave us 3 that are ready to dip in the hormone. Just like that. I'm going to stick into this wet sand. I will take this stand out later, and I'll put this in. And once these all start forming roots, I'll put these in pots and I'll start growing them. And once spring comes around and we can get out in the garden without the risk of killing everything, we'll clip that one off right there. I'll get these out in the garden and we'll have some Arapahoe to go with our triple crown. Okay. Again, I'm looking for any damage. These shouldn't have been damaged because these were at a different location. One. We got 4 off of that one cane. And again, this is just as simple as make sure you got the buds oriented the right direction. I clipped that one wrong, but that's okay. And if you have any pieces of twigs or sticks sticking off of it, go ahead and clip them off. Get that dipped in the hormone. Now you can fit a lot of these cuttings into one of these buckets. And I mean a lot. We're talking 60 to 100. These don't take up much room, and all you're wanting them to do is just start forming roots. Once they start forming roots, it'll be at that point that I take them out and get them potted. So I'm going to go ahead and continue taking care of this, and we'll be right back. Okay, folks, here it is. We have these all potted up, the ones that I dug up and was able to salvage, and the cuttings. It looks like you got 3, 6, 9 cuttings. So if all goes well, we'll have 12 new Arapahoe Blackberry plants later this year. Now this one right here, this cane got fire damaged a little bit, so I'm just going to go ahead and trim this off at about 2 inches, and the rest of that will go in the compost heap. And honestly, in the compost pile, it might actually take root. So I'm going to get these watered in, everything except for the cuttings. I'm not going to water those in because that sand is already wet. But these are all going to get watered in. The pots are going to get placed on the north side of the house out of direct sunlight, and the cuttings are going to go on a heat mat, and I'll put them under some artificial light. So until next time, God bless, thanks for watching, and if you like this type of content, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.